High above a small village near New Delhi, two large passenger planes crashed into each other in mid-air, causing a terrible disaster. The evening sky turned into a ball of fire as the broken pieces of the planes fell to the ground. Among the wreckage were the tragic remains of 349 people, making it one of the worst air accidents ever. How did two planes flying in opposite directions end up at the same height? Why didn't they stay 1,000 feet apart as they should have? Let us discover what caused this tragic mid-air collision over the Indian skies. The 12th of November 1996, Indira Gandhi International Airport, New Delhi. Just after 6 p.m., Saudi Arabian Airlines Flight 763, a Boeing 747, takes off into the setting sun. The flight to Dhahran International Airport, Saudi Arabia, is expected to take 4 hours. Captain Khalid Al-Shubaili pilots the aircraft, assisted by his co-pilot Nazir Khan handling radio communications. On board, there are 289 passengers. Many of them are Indian workers returning to their jobs in the Middle East. Air traffic controller VK Datta is on duty, managing all arriving and departing flights within a 110 kilometers radius. His job is to ensure the planes in the airspace maintain safe distances from each other while minimizing delays. In those days, air traffic controllers faced numerous challenges. There was only one main air corridor for planes taking off and landing at the airport, and as air traffic increased, it became overcrowded. Controllers relied solely on primary radar, which showed a plane's location but not its altitude, speed, or direction. They had to depend on pilots to accurately report their aircraft's altitude. Since planes did not have onboard radars to detect nearby aircraft, they relied entirely on controllers for warnings. Traffic Collision Avoidance System, or TCAS, a system that alerts pilots about nearby planes and suggests evasive actions, was not mandatory. Today, VK Datta has the added responsibility of coordinating the landing of a United States Air Force cargo plane. Saudi Flight 763 reaches its assigned altitude of 14,000 feet, and the pilots request clearance to climb to a higher altitude. To manage the flow of incoming and outgoing traffic, VK Datta instructs the Saudi flight to stop climbing. Datta is concerned about another plane, a passenger jet from Kazakhstan Airlines, which is now flying east for landing. The Ilyushin IL-76 is a large Russian aircraft originally designed for military use, but now commonly used as a commercial airliner. Due to its military design, the Ilyushin IL-76 has a unique feature: a dedicated position for a radio operator in the cockpit. Tonight, Igor Rep is responsible for handling all radio communications on the Kazakh flight. As the aircraft approaches the airport, Igor Rep contacts air traffic controller VK Datta. Datta instructs the Kazakh flight to pass above the Saudi flight before landing. Once that's done, he will allow the Saudi flight to continue its climb. The Kazakh plane has now descended to 15,000 feet, where it is supposed to be 1,000 feet above the Saudi plane. Datta warns the Kazakh flight to watch out for the Saudi jet, so they are not surprised when it gets too close. The radio operator seems to understand that the Saudi plane is at 14,000 feet, but the pilots misunderstand that they are cleared to 14,000 feet and keep descending. The Kazakh jet keeps flying lower. Even though it was told to stay at 15,000 feet, it continues to descend. The Kazakh plane has now reached 14,100 feet, nearly 1,000 feet below its assigned altitude, and just 10 feet beneath the Saudi flight. Igor Rep notices the plane is flying too low and quickly warns the pilots. The Kazakh jet struggles to get back on track, but crashes straight into the Saudi jet. The tail of the Kazakh plane pierces the left wing of the Saudi jet. It then slices through the horizontal stabilizer, tearing off 5.5 meters of it. A huge explosion erupts, lighting up the evening sky. The Saudi jet spirals uncontrollably towards the ground. Both the Saudi jet and the Kazakh plane disappear from Datta's radar screen without a trace. The US Air Force Captain Tim Place quickly confirms the worst. An enormous tragedy has struck in the airspace near Delhi. 2 planes have gone down over Charkhi Dadri. Charkhi Dadri is a small village located 65 kilometers west of New Delhi. Its mustard and grain fields are burning, filled with the twisted wreckages of 2 crashed planes. The debris from both planes is scattered over a vast area, with pieces spread several kilometers apart. None of the passengers on either plane survived. Like in many aviation accidents, a series of seemingly unimportant events led to the disaster. A simple misunderstanding and outdated technology resulted in the deaths of 349 people. What do you think about this accident? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.